Okay, this video is going to go over finding the surface area of a cylinder. Remember, a cylinder is like a can of soup or a pop can. And remember, surface area means the area of every single side that is showing. Okay, so alright guys, we're going to find the surface area of this cylinder. So to find the surface area, we need to first find all the different parts of this shape. Okay, so I'm going to unfold this so you can see a net of a cylinder. That'll kind of help you. So if I unfold it, you can see the three shapes that I have that make up a cylinder are the two circles, and these are the exact same size, and a rectangle. Now the circles, those are going to be easy to find the area of. The area formula for a circle is pi r squared. So you can find the area of this circle. That's going to be the same as this one, so you can just double it. So once you find this one, you can double it to get both of those. Now this rectangular part is a little bit harder. You might think, well, it's easy to find the area of a rectangle. Well, I'm going to only give you this length, though. This is the height. That's the same as the height of a cylinder. You can kind of see I'll always give you how tall it is. Now, this other length, we need to figure out how do I find the length here of the rectangle. So I'm going to kind of show you how it works. So if you kind of look here, I just rolled up this length. You see this part of a circle. It's kind of hard here. This outside part of a circle. Do you guys remember what that's called? That's actually called the circumference. Now, watch kind of as I unfold that down. This part matches up with this part of a circle. So when I unroll that, that's actually the same as the circumference of the circle. So if you find the circumference of the circle, you can find this length. Now the formula for circumference of a circle is pi times diameter. So if you find that, and you know the height, you can multiply these two to get the area of that rectangle. Then you can put all three of your shapes together, the two circles and the rectangle, and you'll have the surface area. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to get the formula for the surface area of a cylinder. So I'm going to go ahead and draw out a cylinder. This time I'm going to draw it going the long way, and I'm going to put my two bases out here. Alright, so to find surface area, remember it means the area of every single base. Okay, so I'm going to start with my two circles. Okay, you see the two circles? I need to find the area of those two bases. I know the formula for an area of a circle is pi r squared. Okay, so if I was going to come down here and kind of start writing my surface area formula, I know I need to do the pi r squared. I have to do that twice because there's a circle here, a circle here. So I'm going to write that as 2 times pi r squared because there are two circles, right? This one and this one. So that's my first part. Now I also need to add, and maybe I'll even make a little note here, that this is from my two circles. Okay, so now we're going to do the rectangular part. Now, if you folded that up, you kind of need to picture that the height has to go from one base to the other. So here's my base, here's my base. The height would be here on this one. Okay, so I'm just going to label that. I'm going to highlight it and label that's my height. Now I need to find this other length of the rectangle right here. Now I'm going to trace something here, so make sure you kind of watch this. This part of the circle, that's the same length as this, because when you roll it up, it would be the exact same. This is called the circumference of a circle, so this length is the same as the circumference of a circle. To find circumference of a circle, you do pi times diameter, or 2 pi r, okay? So you can write it either way, pi times diameter or 2 pi r. One of the two ways, whichever one you want. All right, so now if I just take that rectangle and I just draw it over here real quick, I know this is the height, and then I'll just say this is pi times diameter. So to find the area of that rectangle, I need to do the base times the height. So I'm going to write pi times diameter times the height. Okay, in my notes, I am going to put that this is the rectangle part. All right, so there is my formula for surface area. Now there's one other way to write it. You can write surface area is 2 pi r squared. Again, that's for your circles. Plus, you can do, you can use the 2 pi r for the circumference. So plus 2 pi r times the height. These are going to give you the same exact answer. So here are the formulas for a cylinder. So you might want to put this in your note. This is for a cylinder for the surface area. All right, so let's do an example. Here I have a cylinder, and I need to find the surface area. So first thing I'm going to do is write down my formula. Surface area is 2 pi r squared plus pi times diameter times the height. So you can use that if you want, all right? Or you can use the 2 pi r each one. All right, so first thing, here's usually kind of what I do. I start with this part, and I do want you guys to write this down. It says 2 times pi. I'm just going to leave pi as 3.14 times, what's the radius squared? Okay, so I'm going to take the radius, which is right here, which is 6, and I'm going to write times 6 squared. Okay, plus over here I'm going to fill in, I have pi times my diameter. Now your diameter is going all the way across. It's not 6, it would be 12 because it's double. So I'm going to put times 12 times my height, which is also 12. Okay, now we actually need to work this out. So I'm going to show you how I would type this in on a calculator. All right, so the first thing that I would do is type in this part and then write it down. So I usually type in the 6 squared first. So 6 squared times 3.14 times 2. And I get 226.08. Okay, I write that down. Plus, now I come type in this, 3.14 times 12 times 12. And I get 452.16. Okay, now just a quick reminder, this is the area of the two circles. This is the area of the rectangle. Now I just add them up. So I'm typing it in, and my final surface area is 6. All right, let's try one more. So we're going to find the surface area of this cylinder. Okay, so first thing I always do is kind of write down the formula. Surface area equals 2 pi r squared plus pi times diameter times height. All right, so first thing that I would do is come here and rewrite this. I have 2 times pi times my radius. Now I need to come over here and find the radius. Now remember, radius is halfway across the circle. So if the whole way is 6, halfway is 3. So I need to write 3 squared. Okay, so that's my first part. Plus, I'm going to come to my second part. It says pi times the diameter, which is 6, times the height. Remember, your height has to connect your two bases. My two bases are these circles. The height connects them, which is 10, so I'm going to times that by 10. There's my second part. Now I need to work those two sections out, and I do always want you to show this work. Okay, so I'm going to type in 2 times 3.14 for pi times 3 times 3, and I get 56.52. Plus, over here, I'm going to do pi, 3.14, times 6 times 10, which is 188.4. Okay, now I just need to add those together. And my final surface area is 244.92. Oops, I'll rewrite that. 244.92 meters squared. There's your surface area. All right, if you guys need some more examples, please watch this video again, or you can see some of the other videos in the Need More Practice folder.